Hey, what is up, guys? This is Bo or Carl Hungus 712, and in the background will be some of my Road to Master series, doing some Slums Capture the Flag here, league play, and it's pretty good game. I think you'll enjoy it. I believe I end up dropping 37 kills. I basically control the center of the map and basically protect the flag carrier and do some really good defensive return plays. So. You guys will definitely enjoy that in the background. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about Deflategate, the old Deflategate going on with the New England the New England Patriots. And if you guys live under a rock or aren't big sports fans, just ignore my commentary today and enjoy the gameplay in the background. But being a big sports fan like I am, and basically football's, I consider football my first love, to be honest with you guys. Just absolutely love the sport. I played quarterback back in the day, loved every minute of it, definitely missed doing it. But growing up and being only 5'11", like 170 pounds, not too many teams are going to look at you, even if you are a talented quarterback. I was pretty decent. Was I elite? Probably not. But, I was a pretty smart guy, pretty accurate, good athlete, but... definitely gave it up, decided to go on with academics instead, which I'm glad I did. But as you guys know, or if you don't know, the New England Patriots have been hit with a lot of stuff. Lost a first-round pick and a fourth-round pick. They were also fined $1 million as an organization. And Tom Brady has been basically given a 4-game suspension, which more than likely it'll be dropped a little bit. We'll definitely see if it does get dropped. I don't think it should. I think it was the right decision to ban him 4 games. I actually think 6 or 8 might have been more appropriate. And excuse me if I seem kind of biased. I actually do not like the New England Patriots. I just think they're kind of a crooked organization. I think they're very corrupt. There's been a lot of weird shit that's gone on with these guys for quite some time, especially with taping practices and stuff with Josh McDaniels and company. But I do agree with it. I think Roger Goodell made a good judgment here, and a lot of people are down on Goodell. A lot of people hate the guy. I don't think Goodell's done that badly of a job. I think what Goodell has been trying to do, to be honest with you guys, I think what Goodell wants to do is, I think he wants to be fair, and I think he wants to do things justly. Now, when you do try to do things fairly and justly, usually somebody ends up getting screwed, but that's kind of the point in doing things justly and fairly. I definitely would have to look at more of the evidence that's been supported or been shown to be true in the case, or shown likely to be true, is to word it better for you guys. But I like the decision, and I know that things were taken into consideration because I think they took way too long to come to this conclusion. I think it was pretty obvious from the start, anyways, from what we know, what the public knows. Now, could it be that we were given shitty information, false information, things that aren't likely to be true? Yeah, that's completely possible. And, when it comes to the media, anything's likely. And if you guys didn't know that, the media is pretty bad, too. Giving out information, they're very biased also. But I think with the information that was shown to us, the public, it does seem like that something was done. I believe there was 12 footballs during the conference or championship, and 11 of them were under-deflated. I mean, can it really be that that's the case? 11 or the 12 or all 12 footballs were under-deflated. I mean, is that really possible, considering that this is something that must be checked constantly and all the time? And like I said, with the information given, I mean, it seems like a pretty good outcome, or a pretty good, or it seems very likely that something was done here unethically, And now, like I was saying to you guys earlier, obviously Brady's going to have the case appealed, which I don't blame him. I would too, even if I knew I was guilty. What do you have to lose? They're going to say no anyways. So you might as well go out and appeal the case. But again, I just think there needs to be something done. Now, do I think that if the balls were properly inflated, do I think there would have been a different outcome of the game? Probably not. I mean, the Colts still probably would have lost. The Colts have struggled against New England since the start. But it just shows you that, something needs to be done. If a team cheats in the in the divisional playoff game, the championship game, to get to the Super Bowl, or to get to the next game in the playoffs, you got to do something. Something has to be done there, because I've never been a big fan of this. Well, it's always been done, so that's okay. I remember when they were making that argument quite a few years ago about steroids in baseball. Sorry to get off on a tangent here, but I think it's pretty relevant. When it came to Bonds and A-Rod and Giambi and some of these guys, and I was a big Jason Giambi fan. And I thought what he did was pretty noble of him to come out and say, "Hey, I did it. I fucked up. Sorry." I thought he was one of the very few that actually ended up doing the right thing. He came out and said, "Hey guys, sorry, I fucked up." Will he ever get in the Hall of Fame? Probably not. He was one of the best players in baseball for a while. Same with A-Rod. Same with Barry Bonds. But just because there's a lot of guys doing it, that doesn't basically okay, everyone else to do it. Or another argument was, okay, Bonds, he might not get in the Hall of Fame, or you might put an asterisk next to his name, but steroids didn't make that big of a difference. Well, obviously they did, otherwise these players wouldn't be doing it. And the same thing with Brady also. If he's risking a suspension or possible complications into getting into the Hall of Fame or something like that, he wouldn't have done it if it didn't make that big of a difference, or he wouldn't have been involved in the situation that arose here with Deflategate. He wouldn't have been involved. He wouldn't have gotten himself involved if there was that risk of losing all the shit that you have, risk losing your stats, your money, basically your credentials, getting into the Hall of Fame. You don't want to taint that, and it seems like Brady, obviously the basically having a ball deflated a bit for better grip actually helps him. So I mean, it's like I said, I'm flustered here a bit. Sorry guys, stuttering a bit and being flustered, but it just, to people out there who keep saying it doesn't matter. Obviously it does, because you wouldn't have gone to all this trouble to go out there and risk losing all your credentials, risk losing everything, just basically to have a ball deflated, to grip better, to give you better control during the playoffs. And if you guys have noticed lately, the last few playoff games in the last few seasons with Tom Brady, he's struggled mightily. He cannot throw the deep ball anymore. And, that obviously comes with time, as you can see with Peyton Manning, and the same thing will come with all the other great quarterbacks out there. Very few have kept their arm strength through time. Elway was one that was lucky. Jeff George, there was a few others. But most quarterbacks, they end up losing the pop in their arm. They can't throw the ball like they used to, and that happened especially last year in the playoff game against the Broncos. Tom Brady could not complete a pass more than 15 yards, 10 yards down the field. Now, what happens when you have a better grip on the football? As a quarterback myself, if you can grip the football, if you can control the football, if you can hold the football better than any other time, you're going to be able to put more on the ball. You're going to be able to throw a tighter spiral. You're going to be able to get the ball down the field easier if you can grip the ball more. And that's why we see a lot of quarterbacks going to the glove. But anyways, I just kind of wanted to give you guys my opinion today on, the Deflategate case. And like I said, I think the right decision was made. Now, of course, like I said, we'll have a lot of things coming in the coming days and months before the season. But we'll definitely see what the outcome is. But I just, I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about this Deflategate bullshit that's been going on? Like I said, with me, I think the right decision was made. I think somebody has to be accountable when this shit happens. When cheating goes on, somebody's got to be held accountable here. And again, I'm not a big fan of the, well, everybody's doing it bullshit. Bullshit. Not everybody's doing that. And also the other case, well, it wouldn't have mattered. The Colts would have probably lost. Well, you know what? You're right. They probably would have lost. They've struggled against Belichick. They've struggled against the New England Patriots. Since the Luck era has started. You're right. They have, but still, does that okay it for you to go out there and cheat? Does that make it okay? No, it really doesn't make it okay. So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video and this type of commentary. Like I said, I wanted to get this out here. Like I said, I was a quarterback. I played football. I love the sport. It's probably my first love. Like I said, I think it's something that's pretty relevant and something that needs to be discussed and talked about. But anyways, again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I definitely hope the right thing is done here. If they do find out there wasn't enough information to basically give out these suspensions and this fine, so be it. It'll get overturned, and like it should. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next video. Bo out.
Good fight. Time to get paid.